Hello everybody out there on the internet. My name is Kyle Potter. I'm with Advanced One McKeever Real Estate. I'm here interviewing my brokers.
Richard Hundley, again with Advanced One McKeever Real Estate.
Hey everybody, my name is David McKeever.
That's not
Okay, so how long have you been in the real estate business?
I've been licensed since 2008, but prior to that I worked in the lending field of real estate for 4 years. So I'm going on about 15 years of in actual real estate related industry. Yeah.
And I guess me being the senior of the bunch here, I've been in the business, next month I'll have been in the business 30 years, and I've gone through quite a few transactions and seen quite a few deals go under the bridge.
All right. And what was it like when you started?
Wow, big difference. We didn't even have MLS back when I first started. We used books. We didn't use computers. Again, we used notebooks and paperback books. So that can tell you we didn't have lock boxes back in those days either. So big difference from then to now, and everything that we have moved up in technology is quite a bit to our convenience.
Let me ask you, how many pages was the contract when an offer? If somebody's gonna make an offer, how many pages was the contract in?
I've seen it at 3, I've seen it at 4, I've seen it at 7, I've seen it at 11, I've seen it at 10.
And now it's about 14
Yeah, now about 14.
to make an
right?
offer. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I got started, I made the wise decision to get licensed in 2008. So that was the start of the housing meltdown and mortgage meltdown.
All right,
I
good character.
don't know exactly what I was thinking, but I dove right in and got started. So it was a tough few years because you're dealing with mainly foreclosures, mainly short sales, which adds a layer of complexity to the sales. So, but I learned a ton from that. And what else are you gonna do? You just gotta jump in and go for it.
All right. What is the toughest deal you've ever done? And what was it like?
Well, back in the day, I sold a lot of repos, and this young school teacher, she was a single school teacher, was looking for a house, and we were making offers on repos, and back then you were getting 10, 20 offers per deal. So we went a total of 7 offers deep before we finally got one. She thought she'd lost her dream home on the first one. By the time she got her 7th home, she liked it better than the first deal. So it was tough, but it ended very nicely with her getting a house and loving it.
Wow. My toughest deals, I'll say deals, was just dealing with the short sales in general. There was nothing short about them. I've had short sales take 3 months. I think the longest one I had was 9 or 10 months. And it's just, to go 8 or 9 months with all the work, with not a guaranteed paycheck at the end, is you just got to have faith it's going to happen. And, it's just so much communication with the bank. Oftentimes when they go that long, you have to get 2 or maybe even 3 appraisals because things change in a declining market. And it's just, there's some very tough short sales with a lot of agents, including myself and Richard, have had to deal with. And agents these days, the newer agents who have never done a short sale, don't know how good they have it, because you put a house for sale, it can go pending relatively quick and be sold in the next 30 days. And imagine going 8 months with the transaction. It's difficult.
Yeah, why don't we do a petition to change that to long sales?
Yeah, long sales. Yeah, so hopefully we won't see a increase in short sales anytime soon. Yeah.
All right. And just a couple more questions. What is one piece of advice you have for someone looking to buy a house?
David, you want that one? Or
Yeah. Well, go for it. Well, but we can both answer.
Okay, well, buyers, don't hesitate. People say, I'm waiting till I save up more money. I'm waiting till the market drops out. I'm waiting till the interest rates get lower. I'm waiting for mom to loan me some money, or, whatever the case may be. All those situations are never gonna happen at the same time. So when you're ready to buy a house, buy a house. Here in California, we're fortunate that if you buy a house today, it's probably gonna be worth more money 3 or 4 or 5 years from now. So you're ahead of the game, plus you own your own house and have the tax break. So my advice is to go for it when you're ready.
Yeah, similar answer to that. If you're a buyer, it's almost nearly impossible to time the market to your favor. It's just like, and trying to do so is going to drive yourself crazy. And if you intend to live in that house 5, 6, 7, 10 years, then it really doesn't matter in trying to time the market. But prior to even going to that route is know your numbers. Sit down with obviously you want to sit down with the loan officer to really dive into the monthly numbers, make sure you're comfortable with the payment, make sure you're comfortable with the sales price that's going to let you buy the house at that payment. That way you don't have any issues down the road when it comes to your affordability and that sort of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
And the last question is, what is one piece of advice you have for someone looking to sell?
Oh, wait, let me take this.
Okay, you go right ahead.
I love helping people prepare their house for sale, and I think the way you live in a house and the way you present the house is two different. Present the house for sale should be two different things. Like if you were to walk in my house, it feels very lived in. However, when the time is right and I want to sell the house, I'm going to present it in the best possible way. It's like when you go to sell your car. Are you going to put a for sale sign on it on the street, or are you going to wash it, clean it up, clean the rims, vacuum it out? So you have to do a similar thought process when it comes to selling your house. Deep cleaning, minor improvements, maybe some upgrades, and potentially staging to make your house just look as best as possible. That's my advice. A lot of people will just throw the house on the market and hopefully it sells. So I am a fan of presenting it in the best possible way.
I totally agree with David. I've seen where houses were sold as is versus fixed up, and it's made a difference of $30,000. If you have $30,000 to give away, go ahead and sell your house the way it is. If you stage it, get it right, you're going to make what your realtor, Kyle, will tell you, top market value. So if you want top market value, have the house in top market condition. One more thing you might want to look at when you're selling, where are you going and what's coming up next, and do those numbers fit on the other end? And other than that, when that matches, you go for it, because that's just the way things change in life. And in California, average person only stays in the house 3 to 5 years anyway. So odds are you're going to be moving, so do it when it's right for you.
All right, and that was the final question. And thank you guys for doing this interview with me. Just so you know, if you sign up with me as my client, you also get them. You get their experience and their knowledge, because I can call them at any time and they'll give me whatever information I'm looking for. So thank you, everybody. This is Kyle Potter at Advance One McKeever Real Estate. This is Richard and David. And thank you, and have a wonderful holiday season.